Hi, welcome to the new BigFix workshop. My name is Ken Vendler. Today's episode, we're going to install the BigFix server on Windows. First step is we need to go to the BigFix releases page and download the latest release of BigFix. We're going to download the installation generator, which is for Windows only. And once the download is complete, we're going to click on Open File, and we're going to extract the installer. We're going to click Next, and we're going to select, in this case, a production install of BigFix. We're going to accept the license agreement and click Next. And here we're going to install with a production license that I already have. Navigate to the license file and click Open. We browse to our license PVK file and click OK. And then we enter our site admin private key password. Here we can modify options here for install. So the only option I changed here is the gathering interval. This is how often BigFix goes out, collects new content. And here we're going to save our masthead file. And I'm going to change the path for the install to a different drive other than the system volume. This is best practice. And the installation generator install is complete. We'll now run the install guide. And our first step is to install the BigFix server component. In this case, we can ignore the warning about the need to restart. We're going to continue. We're going to leave both components selected. And we're going to browse again to our license PVK file. We're going to specify our site admin private key password. And we're going to select single or master database and click Next. Here's where we create the initial BigFix master operator account. Here we're going to use local database. We've already installed SQL on this machine. We're going to change the path once again for the server install to another volume. And the reason we do that is to limit adverse I/O impact on the system volume. In this case, we're going to use the local system account for web reports. And this is generally a usually fairly quick and straightforward install. Here BigFix is prepping the database. We see that the database has been successfully initialized, so that's good. And we're going to say no to the restart of the computer. We're going to run the Diagnostics tool just to make sure everything checks out. In this case, you'll notice there's one check that's showing a warning. Basically, there's no BES client installed on this machine. Since we just installed BigFix, that's actually expected. Here we can make sure the services are up and running. Make sure Web Reports is up and running, and then we can check the About information here on this other tab. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and skip to the Install BigFix Client part, just to make the Bez Admin tool the Bez Diagnostics tool not nag at us. So we're going to go ahead and install the client. So we've successfully installed the client. Now we're going to install the BigFix console on this machine. And this is generally a pretty straightforward and quick install as well. And so we're finished. And let's go ahead and test our login. We'll use the master operator account that we initially created during the initial install. As you can see, we successfully logged into the console, and we can see the BigFix agent for our root server checking in. We're going to browse the installation folders, and we're looking at the logs. The log files are a good place to see information on your client checking in. So here we're reviewing the Bez client logs, and as we can see, the Bez agent is reporting into the BigFix server. So we're going to install the BigFix Web UI. Once again, we're going to select our site license file, and we're going to provide our site admin private key. And it's very important to back these two things up, as well as your masthead. And we're going to install Web UI on the B volume here. We're going to leave the default HTTP and HTTPS ports. Provide credentials here. The Windows Service account. And let's click Finish. And here we're just going to browse the install folders. So if you need to manually install a BigFix client on a device, you can copy the installers from that location. And with that, we have completed our BigFix install. One last thing we can do is just check our services to make sure all Bez related services are up and running. Thank you for your time.